And welcome to everybody on YouTube as well, Facebook and Instagram. Day 4 of our live stream, streaming every day for the next 20 days in honor of our 20-year anniversary. So it's your opportunity to ask me anything, drop your questions. And, today we're talking about the backlogs, backlogs in court and immigration. There's been a huge backlog. If you're, applying for asylum or anything in court, you're going to be expecting major delays in 2024, 2025. And this is going to also impact USCIS as well in so many ways. It's going to impact waivers, DACA processing. But of course, most likely what's going to happen is the court cases. And that's because of, we have a huge surge at the borders. I'm based in San Diego. And I can tell you that thousands of people are coming to the borders here, and the government is just they find it very difficult to process these people, and just see what happens. But expect backlogs, and I'm getting a lot of questions from you about delays of cases, what to do, how to expedite. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. We'll talk about 601A process times and what to expect. I'm going to answer all your questions. I'll get to you guys. So welcome. YouTube, our YouTube viewers, Facebook, Instagram, drop your questions and I will be answering them. And also we'll be inviting people to join on camera. So I'm dropping the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, you can join on camera, and I'll get some at the end of the stream. I'm going to get some of the TikTok people as well on camera if you want to ask me questions on video as well. All right, let's start with our questions. And we have a question also about changes from Trump. I just answered that here on TikTok, but basically the question was, if Trump is elected, what kind of changes he's going to be doing? I think he's going to bring back travel bans. He's definitely going to limit DACA. And if he's going to push to cancel DACA, he's definitely going to be supporting also creating something more permanent for the DACA holders, but it's going to be a chaos for sure. All right, let's take another question here. Do you do T visas? How long does T visa decision take, and T visa based work permit? Yeah, we definitely do T visas as well. Again, it's not my primary focus of my practice, but we do it under our family division. T visas is for victims of trafficking or people that were abused at work, brought here to work, and they were taking their passports away. We just have a client like this right now. They're taking a few years to process, and work permits definitely more than 6 months, almost a year to get it. Carla is asking, will my citizenship be affected if I lost my green card but didn't report it to USCIS? So remember, as a green card holder, you're always going to be a green card holder. Even if you lose the physical card, you're still going to be a green card holder, which means that, they will ask you, where is your card, obviously, but you don't need the physical card to apply for citizenship. You can apply for citizenship just with, being a green card holder and qualifying with your time frame. All right, let's take some questions from our TikTok friends here. We've got a few questions here about I-601A processing times. So I-601A waivers of inadmissibility are taking about 3 years right now. There's litigation going on right now to force the government to, to process it a little bit faster. But right now it's about 3 years. Question from Cynthia, which is a great question. And I know some people are asking that in the YouTube side. Are prenups okay for green card applications? And once again, if you guys want to join on video, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, prenups are perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a prenup. You don't have to hide the prenup. You can mention the prenup to USCIS. There's nothing wrong with it. Prenup essentially just protects your property in case of divorce. It doesn't mean that the marriage is not valid. In fact, prenups can also help to show the government that you're serious about the relationship, that you're committed, and that you actually disclosed your assets to each other. So prenups are fine. Rosie is asking, how? Oh yeah, here we go. How do we get a hold of you? If you're watching this on TikTok, the best thing to do, you can send me a DM or use the link in my bio, and there's a section there. Hello, my friend. Thanks a lot, my friend. You can use the link in my bio and connect with me there. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you just have to use this. Use that text message over there. Send me a text, and we'll be able to help you. Let's see here. Oh, we answered this one. Question from John Paul Edward. Are you talking about DACA renewals have been all over the place? That's a good question. So John Paul is asking, thanks, Peruvian. John Paul is asking about DACA renewals. Is everything okay with DACA renewals? DACA renewals are taking a little bit longer right now, but that's still possible. You can still renew your DACA and apply for a work permit and a travel document if you qualify. So you can still do it. It's just that there's some delays. Depends where you're filing them. So that's kind of and I don't have any new updates on DACA because we're just waiting for the court to probably sometime this year to be another hearing, and eventually it's going to end up in the Supreme Court. All right, let's take a video. We'll take a video question from Shiva, and this is going to happen on YouTube, so you can listen to it, and I'll repeat the question. Shiva, where are you from? And ask one question.
Yeah, hi. I'm from Texas. I recently applied for my STEM extension, so it's still under process,
Okay.
and I got a new job, so I need to change my employer. So can I change my employer during the process of my previous STEM extension?
So your previous STEM was already approved, or you're still in the process?
It's still under process.
So it is possible to do it. It's really important that you work with your school, the DSO. They filed for your original STEM, right?
Yes.
So it's important. It is doable. You just have to let them know what's going on, and they should be able to update the service system over there to reflect it. But there's no prohibition. Now, even if you were approved, you can still do it. But even if you're in the process, it's just important for them to update the system properly. But it is possible.
Okay, I need to let my school
Yeah,
know and
let them know. Yeah,
ask them the process.
correct.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all my questions. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right, let's take another one from TikTok right here. Can I apply for a green card for my parents as a new citizen? I'm currently a DACA recipient. Can I apply for green card through my parents as new citizens? Yeah, I mean, like I said, they can apply for you. Oh, thanks, Igor. They can apply for you, but as long as you depends on when you entered. It's depends on when you entered. If you don't have too much unlawful stay, then your parents can help you. But for sure. Let's take another one from TikTok here. Is it good to apply for a marriage green card after 6 years pending asylum, even the first interview didn't happen? This is a question from Ali. So remember, if you have asylum, asylum taking right now forever. They're taking over 7 years, right? If you have an asylum, you're pending asylum, and in the meantime you get married to a U.S. citizen, you can switch the process. If you're going through affirmative asylum, your green card is going to go through immigration. If you're going through court, then you can switch it to a court process. People are asking about 601 waivers, how long? Like I said, right now the average for 601 waivers is about 3 years. All right. So Once again, I know people are asking if I can take cases in all 50 states, and the answer is yes. We can take cases in all 50 states. Immigration law is federal, and I can do this no matter where you are. We have offices in San Diego and Connecticut to represent both coasts, but I can do it in all 50 states. All right. The question from Mayan: when will EB3 other workers move forward? Your thoughts? So this is regarding the visa bulletin. Right now, the visa bulletin that controls the number of visas that people get every year is really behind. EB3 is also backlogged. As I tell people in the videos that I do about about the visa bulletin, right now we still don't have a clear picture about it because we still have visa numbers from early 2024, which reflects some of the visas left over from 2023. We will have a better idea what happens with the visa bulletin probably after summer of 2024. But right now, all visa categories are moving really, really slow. And so people have to be really patient, unfortunately. Another question from Abdusmad: is it possible to move from a J1 to a green card? So a J1 is a non-immigrant visa, just like any other non-immigrant visa. You can get sponsored for a green card, but the question is, do you have enough time to go through the process of getting sponsored? Let's say even from a student visa, a J1, those visas, they are short duration, maybe 2 years, sometimes less, and green cards are taking 3 years or longer. So you have to find a way to for a different status in the meantime. But typically, yes, it is possible. Manlin is asking, how can I apply for a tourist visa? A newbie, welcome to our channel. Once again, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And also, if you're watching this right now on TikTok, if you don't follow me yet, please follow me. All your immigration matters will be answered. I try to do videos every single day. So I appreciate a follow, and let me know what else you want to see here. All right, let's take a few more questions from TikTok. How long does it take to sponsor a sibling who's already here in the States? So it doesn't matter if your sibling is in the States or overseas, because and it comes back to the same thing that I just mentioned before about the visa bulletin. Because there are just no visas available, siblings have to wait about 15 years, sometimes 16 years before they can actually immigrate. So if your sibling is here in the United States in legal status, it's important to keep that sibling in legal status all this time, which sometimes is impossible. So that's why you don't see too many of siblings who are staying here in the U.S. Typically, most of them will go back and wait overseas for this to happen. All right. Once again, you're welcome to join on camera. If you want to do that, just click the link that I mentioned before, and I'll put it on the screen again. And you're welcome to join on camera. Let me take another one from TikTok. What are you guys up to on this Sunday night? We have Katrina. I have a VAWA case. My daughter is included in it. Can she get a student visa? Well, it depends. So if you guys are going through the VAWA or U visa, if she is still in status, then she can move from the VAWA to student visa. But if she already out of status, then there's no way to move to the student visa. So yeah, that is what it is. All right. Another question from Magdine. Can you explain your last video on TikTok on suing immigration? That's a good question. So basically, my last video on TikTok, I'm talking about a client who's been waiting for the results of his citizenship interview, and the client has been waiting over 120 days. So he passed his interview on day one. It's been over 120 days. They have given him no decision. He's just sitting there waiting. He's in limbo. And so the law says that if you go through the citizenship interview and they don't give you a decision yet, then you can sue the government by filing a writ of mandamus. And what it does, it actually forces the government to give you a decision. Okay. So writ of mandamus, if you're taking, too long your case, you can file a lawsuit. Rita Davis, we're doing a lot of these lawsuits against the USCIS specifically for citizenship delays, but also we're doing this for any other delays. So that's what it means. That's what the mandamus is. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you want to do this, specifically about your case, you don't have to ask the question here. You can just send me a DM on TikTok or use my link in the bio to get in touch. And then question from Mumu: how long does it take for E2 visa to be processed from Canada? So E2 visas right now, specifically for Canada, because we have a lot of Canadians, it's taken about 2.5 months to get an interview. It's taken a few months to build your case. So a typical E2 will take you about maybe 6 to 8 months to adjudicate. All right, let's get more questions here. Let me see here. Let me get another question from YouTube. Can a resident who was tricked by DMV into voting in state elections become a citizen? That's a great question. So I'll repeat the question again. Can a resident, green card holder, who is basically came to the DMV to renew their driving license, and then was tricked by the DMV into voting? And the way it works is that you go to the DMV, you renew your license, they give you a bunch of forms, and then actually I have a case like this, Diaz, which is going to be interesting for you to listen to. So anyway, so then you fill the forms, you say yes for voting, and essentially automatically vote without your knowledge. You register, and then later you go apply for citizenship, and they find out that you voted and you had no idea you've done that. And in that case, the person would be denied citizenship. There are ways to fight it. We've done this many times. Typically you have to file affidavits, explain the whole process of how the voting happened, show that the person had no intention to voting, he had no idea that this form was submitted. And we've been definitely successful in those cases to do that. But it is possible, but it's very dangerous, obviously. And you got to be careful when you do that. All right. Okay, so let's take another one from TikTok. Hey, Nelly, how are you? Our favorite TikTok followers are here, and I'm excited to see them. Applying for Gaston, applying for EB2 and AW, but OPT is expiring in July. How can I remain legal until I get the green card? Gaston, feel free to send me a DM, because we're working on, we're helping a bunch of OPT students right now. So basically the question is this: he's applying for national interest waiver green card. This is a green card self-petition, but his OPT is going to expire and he needs to stay legal in the United States. What I usually do is I apply for the O1 visa for my OPT students, because O1 visa, under some recent changes in the law, will allow certain OPT graduates to apply for an O1 visa. And so yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do for you if you decide to give it a chance. Don't forget, guys, we have a goal here with our bolts. So let's get the goal. Our goal today is to inspire immigrants. So we want to make sure we get more of these bolts so we can reach our goal. All right, let's get Ashburn into video. Ashburn, let me know where you're from. This is a question from our YouTube viewers on video right now. And ask your question.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey.
Of course.
And my name is Ashburn. So I have a scenario here right now. So I entered the United States on an ESTA visa.
Okay.
And currently I am married to an asylum seeker who hasn't got a decision yet. It's been about 10 years now. It's been about 10 years. I've been waiting for my spouse to get a decision. And currently I'm unlawful in the country, an overstayer, and I'm out of status. So I would like to know, when my spouse is granted her asylum and her green card, what are the best options available for me?
Okay. So basically, the person entered here on an ESTA visa and now is pending asylum. You're also including the asylum too, right?
No, I cannot be included on asylum because ESTA is basically not a visa; it's a waiver program. So
Exactly. That's what I'm
I'm
saying. So she didn't include you because of the way you entered.
yeah, but also, can I ask you, can she include me onto her case?
No, not because of the ESTA. The ESTA essentially. So just so you know, guys, ESTA is the right to enter from any country like Europe. Which country do you come from?
I'm from Great Britain.
From England, yeah. So ESTA essentially doesn't allow you to apply for anything because it's like it's a privilege. So for
Yeah,
you, the only
correct.
way to do it would be from outside of the US, unless you would benefit from some other benefit, which for the moment you're not.
But
So
I'm currently married in the US.
I understand, but you still came as an ESTA and you
Yes,
overstayed. And she
yes.
only a US citizen can cure an ESTA overstay. You
So
know what I mean?
legal permanent resident cannot petition me.
No, not yet. They have to
But
be a
can I file?
citizen.
But when she gets a green card, can I file for an I-130 and
No,
I-60
no.
waiver?
When she gets a citizenship, only when citizen. So
Okay, okay,
essentially,
sir. Okay,
okay.
sir.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thanks. So basically, the issue here is that if a person comes on an ESTA, essentially it's a privilege to enter the United States. They're not allowed to adjust their status. He overstayed, and now only a U.S. citizen can help fix his paperwork. Unfortunately, but eventually his wife will become a citizen. Thanks, guys, for the bolts. We still need a few more bolts to to reach our goal of 38. So make sure you do this. Once again, people are asking about to contact me. Yes, you can send me a DM on um, TikTok, and also use the link in my bio to contact me if you need help with your case. And for you guys on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, you can also send me DMs. But on YouTube, just use this number right here, 619-483-4549, and feel free to get in touch. Let's see. Is asking, Mick Saya, why do you not answer my question always? I have so many questions, Mick, that I posted. I don't see all the questions. I apologize. But if you want, why don't you jump on video and ask? Oh, here we go. Here's your question. I found your question. I'm waiting for my asylum for 14 years. What should I do? I don't have money. I'm broke, and I have 5 kids that are born here. 14 years is too long to wait for any decision. So I think you should get in touch with an attorney, and feel free to send me a message right here. And I'll be more than happy to help you. And we'll see what we can do, because that's too long. All right, let's see where we are. Our bolts goal is still waiting for you guys. So we have 10 more. How long does it take for 45 processing after you get a receipt? So right now, adjustment of status cases inside the United States are taking about 6 to 12 months, depending on which jurisdiction. As I mentioned before, Cleveland is the fastest. Cities in Florida. Thanks, Sugar Brown. You're the best. You don't have to do that, but yes, we're almost there. And this is all for empowering immigrants. And we've got Sugar Jones is the MVP. We did it. MVP of our live stream today. All right. We'll take a few more questions from YouTube in 1 second. We got very good questions today, guys. We got Ladia. I'm a victim of a shooting and I overstayed my work visa. So we've got a few questions about that. Victim of shooting, and we've got somebody who was attacked in a store. So remember, guys, even if you overstayed your visa and you're a victim of a crime, you can apply for U visa. U visas are very, very effective ways of helping. They're taking a long time, but they are effective ways to fix your paperwork. So for you, my friend, you might qualify for the U visa. So feel free to send me a DM, and we're more than happy to look into your case. And question from Eve. It's been 115 days since my I-131 was filed. There's no response. 765 was granted. Spouse is a citizen. Now, I'm hearing from quite a few people, including my own clients, that there's been delays with the processing of I-131s, travel documents, including advanced paroles. It's true. There have been delays. And the reason why is because USCIS, they're trying to kind of implement their online processing of some of these forms. And I think some of these glitches kind of created, these backlogs in that respect. Um, Once again, we have a lot of people here on Instagram that are joining us right now. So feel free to um, drop your questions. I'll try to answer them in the order that I receive them. All right. So that's the reason why you've got the delays in the I-131. Even though you got your work permit, the I-131s are still delayed. Okay, so let me see if I can answer that question for the Instagram viewers. Let's see here. I'll try to do that. Even though I can see the Instagram, you can see the Instagram stream from the software that I'm streaming. I can't answer the questions unless I log in to. Donna is asking, what's the earliest appointment available? Donna, DM me on IG. So I just feel bad that I ignore the Instagram people. Let's see here. What's the earliest appointment available? We have a question from Miss Ashley Nicole. Yesterday you said the wait time is 3.5. Does it mean that we have to wait another 3.5 years? Miss Ashley, the wait is 3.5 years. Okay, here we go. So basically, people are asking, I have a lot of questions about 601A wait times. So what I mean by that is it's about 3.5 years from the time you file, right? So if you actually watching this on Instagram, if you've been waiting for 3 years already, so you probably have another 6-7 months left. Okay, let me take another YouTube video request. This is Samir is waiting, and then Mana, I'm gonna get you as well. So we got Samir.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
Jacob.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you from?
Yeah.
And ask
Yeah.
one question.
Yeah. I'm Khyati and he's my
Yeah.
husband Samir. I'm right now in US. I am from India basically. Actually,
Okay.
I am currently on F1 visa
Right.
and I'm currently on F1 visa, student visa. And
Okay.
my husband is on my dependent F2 visa.
Okay.
My husband's family petition was filed in 2009 for
Okay.
F4 category.
Okay.
So right now he could not do officially any work here. So is there
Okay.
any way for him on which way he could work here legally?
What's his legal status right now? Your
He's
husband
on F2, dependent of
is a
F1.
student. A student. So the question is, he has a family petition pending through his sibling,
Yes,
but now he is a
yes,
dependent of his
yes.
spouse on F2. So there's no way to get a work permit through the F4 at the moment. They're talking
Mm-hmm.
about the Dignity Act or maybe some other act will pass.
Mm-hmm.
But for the moment, the only way is for you to switch from the F2 maybe to an H1B or maybe some other work visa if you want to be able to work. But there's no way for you to be able to work because you're dependent, because there's no work permit for a dependent. You have to have your own
Mm-hmm.
independent visa to work. You understand?
Okay.
Now,
So can
they're, talk- they're talking about amendment to the law where, for example, let's say you have a sibling petition pending or a parent petition pending and you're waiting for all these years, you might be able to get a work permit to stay in the US, but that law has not passed yet. It's a proposal, which we hope will
okay.
be back on the table again this year, and maybe you'll be able to benefit from it, Samir. But for the moment, you have to find an independent way to be able to work. Make
Yeah,
sense?
that's why. Yeah. That's why we are
Okay.
in San Diego currently, and we want to meet you.
Yeah,
How
all you
we
have to
can?
do is You can do this. Just use this number here. You see
I
the number
have
right here?
text you
Yeah,
before also, but I did not get any reply.
you should do it now. Do it now. I mean, I would suggest do it in the morning. Our team
Mm-hmm.
is going to open, and then tell them that you were in my live, and they're going to schedule you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All
Thank
right?
you so much.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate it. I look
Yeah.
forward to
Thank
seeing you in
you.
person. Anybody who is in San Diego, you're welcome to come see me in person. Our office is in downtown. I'm more than happy to meet everybody who's watching our videos and all that. Absolutely. All right, let's take. We have a lot of questions here on TikTok. Khan is asking, sir, my I-94 didn't show my green card travel history. What is the second option to get my travel history? You can do a FOIA on the CBP, and you should be able to see it. That's pretty much the only way. Yeah, FOIA or asking the CBP deferred inspection to obtain those records for you. A question from Daniela Ruiz. Can I apply for naturalization or do I need to wait for 751 approval? I've been married for 3 years to a citizen. So we talked about it yesterday. Basically, if you have a 751 removal of conditions application pending and you're married to a citizen and your 751 is not approved yet, if you apply for citizenship, it's okay, you can do it. But they're not going to approve your citizenship until they approve your 751. And if you don't have any problems in your marriage, it could be an opportunity for them to actually adjudicate your both cases at the same time. So I would try it if you have a good 751 case. Yeah, why not? But you're allowed to do it. Diego is asking, can I apply for a permit if my son has some mental issues? So there's no visa options. We have a lot of people ask me questions. You know, my son has or daughter, they have special needs. There's no special green card or visa for you to stay here with the special needs child. Unfortunately, there isn't. All right, we got Mauna is waiting. Mauna, do you want to activate your video? Yeah. What's your question, Mauna? Where are you from?
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah. I'm in the United States. I'm in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay. What's your question?
Yeah. Currently, I'm based in Arizona, but I came to visit in Minnesota. So I have a question. I did my interview on April 2022 at Tucson. Then the interview was so nice. The interviewing officer told me that everything is okay. We want to approve I've approved your green card for 10 years because I had been married for almost 3 years.
Okay.
Then he told me you're gonna get your green card after 3 weeks or a month.
Okay.
And in case if I need anything from you, I'll let you know within a month or two. But if we don't get any communication from me, just know that everything is okay. You just wait for the green card.
Okay.
But right now, the April this year will be 2 years. I've not heard from them. But
3
immediately
you said 3 years after the interview. 3 years?
No, 2 years. 2 years. Right now, April this year, it's gonna be 2 years.
After the interview, you heard nothing from them.
No. The only case status online saying that your interview was your interview was approved, but your case must be reviewed. Something like that.
Do you have an attorney? Do you have a lawyer?
No.
Wow, it's crazy. So basically, 2 years after the interview, no communication. They tell the guy nothing. So basically, what you have to do is you have to start the process of putting pressure on immigration to give you the results of your case, whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. And if they refuse to do it, you are a classic example of a candidate for a lawsuit. You can sue them at this point to demand an answer on your case. You understand, Mauna? You're eligible for that.
Because everything, my 130 was approved, I-45 was approved, the interview went good and everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'm like I request I sent a case request like a week ago. They have not communicated back to me.
I'm
So I'm
telling you,
like
at this point, I would seriously consider a lawsuit. This is
mhm.
crazy. 2 years of, just please send me a text and let's talk about it, right? Because we need to take care of
Yeah.
this as soon as possible.
Yeah, sorry. One more. The last question. So is it? I'm planning maybe to file for advanced parole because my mom is sick. Back Africa, I have
Yeah,
to go and
you
see
can do
her.
that.
So is it risky for me because it has I've not they have not communicated to me. I don't know whether if I travel with the advanced parole,
Well,
is it safe for me?
it's definitely risky because you don't know if there's going to be an answer at any point, but you're eligible to apply for parole. I mean, you're not a prisoner in the US. You're eligible to travel, but 2 years of no answer is ridiculous. But you can apply for parole. Absolutely. You have the right to do it.
Yeah. So if I travel, I'll not have any problem with customs
No,
officers wherever when I come back.
no, as long as your case is pending, you should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jacob, so much, man. You really help us a lot. We really appreciate your service, man.
Make sure you get in touch because I can help you
Okay.
with that. Right.
All right. Thank you so much.
So this is insane. I mean, think about it. Somebody goes to the green card interview, they get approved. The I-130 is approved. The officer tells them everything's good. Go home. I'll send you the green card in 3 weeks. I'm telling you, I've seen at least 4 incidents like this of people that call my office and they describe. But this one is definitely by far the most outrageous one, where he's waiting for 2 years after his interview and no decision is made. So this is completely outrageous. So in these cases, what the person can do is you can definitely try to go for the mandamus, because the point of the mandamus is to force the government to give a decision. It's not going to force the government to make a favorable decision necessarily, but the lawsuit will force them to give you some sort of a decision, which in this case you deserve. This person deserves. And Mauna, this is insane. But I'm happy that you asked this question because we have a lot of people that are going through this situation, and I tell them, you know what, 2 years is too long. Let's file a mandamus lawsuit and force them. And the way it works with the mandamus is that we file it with the federal court, and then they will look at what immigration have done, and if they see that it's unreasonable, they're going to force them to make a decision. All right, crazy stuff. Let's see. We've got questions here. Is there a way to get a green card in the US without advanced parole, married to US citizen? So the question is, this person came here without authorization. She's unlawful in the United States. Now she's married to a US citizen, but she doesn't want to do the advanced parole, DACA, because advanced parole DACA will give you a legal entry, because there's also risk with that. The best way for you is to get married, file the I-130, and then go through the I-601A process, the waiver. If you have nothing else but your unlawful entry, you should be successful. We do the 601A waivers every single week. We have a lot of cases, and if they're done properly, there's no reason why the person will not come back. Don't be afraid to legalize yourself if you're married to your citizen and you have a good case. Don't be afraid. We have, like I said, I have a client that she's been married to a U.S. citizen for 15 years, clean record. The only thing is one unlawful entry when she was 19 years old, and she was afraid to file for her paperwork through her husband because she didn't know what to expect. And then watching the videos, watching our YouTube channel, and then eventually following me on other platforms, she realized that there are other ways, there are options, and she went through the process and eventually got her green card. So don't be afraid, and at least take the first step to speak to a professional, to at least educate yourself about what are your options, even if you're not going to take action. What can I do to speed up your case? I'm a maid of honor of my sister's wedding. So you're trying to speed up your case to come back to the United States? If you're trying to get a tourist visa to come back to be a maid of honor in a wedding, there's nothing you can do right now to speed up your tourist visa. Tourist visas are really difficult to get right now. It's very difficult to get appointments for tourist visas right now. So the best you can do is keep trying on the website of the embassy where you're applying until you have an appointment available for you. All right, guys, let's get another question here from our. We have a lot of questions from YouTube here. Here we go. If you didn't get a response, keep trying to send the message because our team members are trying to get back to everybody. Alejandro is asking, I want to help my partner give her mom legal status. She's working part-time job. What is required? I'm also trying to help her find a lawyer. Well, I mean, again, depends. It depends. How did she enter the United States? What is the partner's legal status? Whenever we're trying to help a client, we have to ask all these questions. There are only certain immigrants who can help their family members: a spouse of a U.S. citizen, a parent of a U.S. citizen, a child over 21. Not every family member can help. And that's why it's important to go through a consultation process where you can figure out who can help. Okay. My fiance had an interview and got DS 5535. It's been 3 months. What can I do now? I'm from Texas and she's in Pakistan. So again, we talked about it yesterday. There are certain embassies like Islamabad in Pakistan, like Mumbai in India, like Manila in the Philippines that are very, very slow in processing all these different forms. Whether it's the DS 260, whereas the DS 5355, all these forms, they're very slow. You have to continue to follow up with them. There's no magic pill. Islamabad is it's very slow embassy, and you need to be proactive on your case. Like I said, somebody's reviewing your file. The fact that they requested the form, they're working on your case, and you have to be in touch with this embassy. And if you have an attorney, your attorney should be doing that. All right. We've got a lot of questions here on TikTok, and let's see. We have a lot of people here from the East Coast, and now it's almost 9 p.m. over there, right? How's your weekend, by the way? Tell me, how's your weekend going? You guys ready for Monday? I am excited to keep doing those lives. I hope you're enjoying them. And tomorrow we might bring some guests as well, dive into more questions. There's a lot of questions. 601A receipt date, December 11, 2020. Any hope? You're not far. Elizabeth is asking, my son turns 21 in September. My husband and I have DACA. What do we need to start the process? So, as long as you entered lawfully, so you need to show that you have legal entry for your son to be able to help you. It's going to be a very complicated process. He can still do it, but it's not going to be as simple. So assuming that you entered lawfully and you just overstayed, but it doesn't look like you did because you have DACA. So I assume that you came unlawfully. So it's not going to be that simple for him to sponsor you guys. Unfortunately, there may be other ways he can help you, but like joining the military and doing parole in place. Bahar is asking, do you recommend applying for removal of conditions while you're a citizen? Do you recommend applying for citizenship while your removal of conditions is still pending? I mean, I just talked about it. You can, as long as you have a good removal of condition application. If you have complications in that, do not do that, because they want to prove your citizenship until your 751 is approved. Let's see. Kicho is asking an interesting question. Can you revoke a green card after it's been given? So absolutely, you can lose your green. I assume you're talking about if they can revoke your green card after it was given. Yeah, of course, you can lose your green card for many reasons. You can lose it because you commit the crime. You can lose it because you left the country. They can revoke it if they find out that the information you gave them originally was not correct on the green card. So yeah, of course, you can lose your green card. Absolutely. All right, let's take Eric on video on our YouTube channel. Eric has a question. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Where are you from and what's your question?
Yeah, I'm originally from Kenya, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So I have a
Okay.
question regarding my. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I just said I'm originally from Kenya, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So I
Okay.
petitioned for my house in 2019. So
Okay.
everything is done. We even had a kid. I had to do the CRB application. Then he became a citizen, but he's still back in Kenya.
Okay.
So since it's been over like a year, I haven't got an interview. So I feel like my case is out of processing time, of the
Okay.
timeline. So
So
I don't
basically,
know.
your case is at NVC, but you still don't have an interview in the embassy, correct?
Yeah, that's what they tell me all the time. Every time I've
Okay.
tried to expedite, nothing.
I explained to you. So basically, this person is filed for a spouse, is in Kenya. The case sitting in the National Visa Center, but they're not scheduling interviews. The reason why is because the embassy is opening interview slots. And the reason why is because they don't have enough interviews available right now to open them, right? They don't, either it's staffing issues or whatever. It depends on the embassy. And sometimes if you watch the videos that I do on YouTube, I give a roundup and I explain the different embassies and consulates and how they work. And right now, they're just behind. And that's the reason why. So you have to keep trying to follow up with them. I'm telling you, probably you'll see a better movement after summer of 2024. I don't know if your case will be scheduled, but they're definitely trying. Okay.
Oh, man, it's been a year, more than a year. But I see other
No, no, no.
countries, like
No,
people.
don't give up. Keep checking with the embassies,
Okay,
but that's like I said, embassies right now are so behind, and cases are just keep stuck at the NVC. All right.
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, my friend. All right, perfect. So this will conclude our live stream on YouTube. I'm still going to stay a little bit on TikTok right now. I have a bunch of questions I didn't answer. But for our YouTube viewers, I'll be back here tomorrow again, 5 p.m. Remember, we're doing this live stream every day for the next 20 days. You can ask me anything, ask your questions, bring them. If you want to come on camera, I'll bring you a camera. If you didn't make it today, we've got Pyrie, Ashley, um, Ashley, let's see here. So I will answer your questions tomorrow if you want to come back. I'll come here every single day. So once again, thanks guys on YouTube. I'll see you again tomorrow and have a beautiful start for the week.